Hello and welcome. If you're watching this video, then you're dealing with a zombie attack. Don't piss your pants. Now with that out of the way, let's get started. First you're going to have to find out what sort of situation you're in, what sort of level of threat it is. And here to do that is our own scientist.
Well, hello there. Looks like you're really screwed now, and that's why you're watching this video. First, let's see the situation that you're dealing with. Let's get started. First, we'll see what a low-level infection is like. It's what we like to call a low zone. Here in the yellow. A low zone is an area that's really not that bad. You're only going to have maybe upwards of 1 to 100 zombies, and it's really not as many to deal with as other areas. This area will have some law enforcement to help. The media still probably won't know about it, and citizens will be rallied to try and deal with the infection. So now I'd like to start with the mid-zone. It's known as the mid-zone. This is an area that has a lot more zombies, probably between 1,000 to 10,000. This infection is spreading through a larger area, but not as large as a country, but is probably more on the city side. See, it really isn't that big. The local news will be covering it. They know they will not be able to cover it up. Local police and military will be brought in to help with the threat. People will be in a mainstream panic where people are robbing and killing in order to get resources. If you can, escape now. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the big one. This is the maximum zone. This is where zombie infections will number in the hundreds of thousands, if not even millions. In a maximum zone, this is where an entire country will be infected. You will have low food, low ammo. The military will have to come in to deal with the situation. Ladies and gentlemen, so be careful. If you haven't already escaped, this is the time to start thinking about how you will survive.
Welcome to Zombie Survival Course 101. I'm going to show you what to do before, during, and after a zombie attack. Now, if you think that you know everything about zombies from movies and video games like Resident Evil and Silent Hill, you're greatly mistaken. There'll be no Chris Redfield to help you here. It's going to be in your best interest to stock up on items whenever and when you can, mostly canned goods. You'll want to stock up on ammo, but remember, you're there to survive, not shoot as many as you can. Don't be a hero, that's for the military. Anything can be used. Boards with nails, clubs, whatever's available. Wondering how you get infected or stay uninfected? Here's our scientist to tell you how.
Hey, girl, let me out of here!
Oh, shut! Oh, hello again. Today we're going to see how a person gets infected.
Hey, witch! Let me out of here!
Ignore her. She's going to be our bait.
Bait? I heard this was gonna be a killer party! I heard this was gonna be a party!
As you can see, we have a perfectly good human being here. Not too strong, not too stringy, just perfect.
Hey, I work out like 20 times a day.
Sure you do, G.I. Jane. Anyways, let's get to the point. Airborne pollutants don't normally infect a human being. The only way you're going to get infected is by being bitten or scratched by somebody who's infected. An infected person coming into contact with any of your open wounds or get an infection getting into your blood is how you will be turned. But for a demonstration, let's see that in live action.
No, no, no! No, no!
All right, we've got bite. Now what? How long will you have to survive? Will you survive? No. No, you will not. You're going to die. You're going to become a mindless human being, a zombie.
Hey, save me!
No, no, can't do that, I'm sorry. You're my test subject. Well, the human body will go through a few stages on its way to full-fledged zombie. The first stage is fever.
Oh, my whole body feels so hot now.
Well, this is the point where if you actually cared about the person, you would want to kill them so they don't experience any more pain.
My body's it's cold.
Stage 2, the human body begins to feel cold and develops the chills.
I never got to party enough.
And finally you die. But it isn't really death. It's more like suspended animation. Because in a few minutes, excellent. Now we have our own full-fledged zombie. But how do we deal with these menaces? I'll let him tell you.
Now it's time to get dirty. How do you kill a zombie? Well, they won't gain any superpowers. They'll move at a slow shuffle or crawl. And you'll think, hey, I can do that. No, you can't. Just remember, if they're in a lot of numbers, they'll overrun you. You see, you don't want to do that. You have to be specific. Think you can shoot them in the arm? In the stomach? They won't work. You have to shoot them in the head. And that's how you survive a zombie attack. You can use other objects like a sword, or a board or blunt objects, whatever you can do to cause damage to the brain. And that's how you survive a zombie attack. You see, that's not going to work. You have to be specific. You think you can shoot him in the arm, in the stomach, in the heart? That's not going to work. In the head. But a way to revive a zombie is to have a beer.